Derrick Lewis, right? Derrick Lewis, he was just right there. He went for a workout, went to the gym, went for a workout, came back out. The SUV, the carjacker had a screwdriver trying to break into his SUV, and then there's two different reports, but I think that Derrick Lewis is going to hit him, he's going to deck him, and then he's going to drop him, and then when he's down on the ground, he's going to pin him down, and then call the police, and then get the police to go arrest him. And that's fantastic. That's exactly how it has to happen. If Derrick Lewis would have called, the police, they would have got there way too late, and then wrote a fucking bullshit report and not caught the guy. Instead, they empowered Derrick Lewis, empowered to get the guy. So this is great marketing. This is fantastic news. This is good for justice. This is good for humanity. Well, we're going to go with the side of the goddamn carjacker. What kind of piece of shit would say the carjacker? Oh, we got to defend the carjacker's rights. What about Derrick Lewis's rights? He's got to, allow motherfuckers to rob him? Just let anybody break into his fucking SUV? So that's great marketing. That is fantastic marketing. There's going to be a title bout between Francis Ngannou and Derrick Lewis. It looks like it's actually going to happen. Francis Ngannou, Derrick Lewis at first fought UFC 226, July 2018, boring 3-round affair. Derrick Lewis won by unanimous decision. So they've been trying to get Francis Ngannou, Francis Ngannou is the champ, and he said, okay, he's the, Cameroonian champ, which he's like a huge hit in Cameroon, which is awesome, which is fantastic. So Francis Ngannou, huge hit in Cameroon. When he became the champ, he says, I want John Bones Jones. I want Bones Jones. That's what he said. So really, we should listen to the champ. I would think the champ, I don't know. I would want to know who is the strongest, competitor out there. Since he wanted him, that makes it seem like, okay, I don't know. Is it because he's the strongest one out there, or because it's just another person that he can, keep on, or kick that? He's a champ, right? So the more he has to keep winning in order to be the reigning champ. Derrick Lewis. He's a pro wrestling fan. In 2006, he found out it wasn't real, and then he didn't like it anymore. Derrick Lewis is a Christian. I don't know why Dana White's being addicted to John Bones Jones. He's moving up in weight class. He offered a 4-word tweet, show me the money. It would have happened. It would have happened. But I think Dana White and John Bones Jones, there's something between them two. Apparently last year, they had a public paid dispute regarding a super fight between Jones and Ngannou, so it's the exact same thing. Last year? No, it was this year. This 2 times? Anyways, John Bones Jones got a 26-1 record with 1 no contest. His 1 loss occurred after he was disqualified for illegal downward elbows against Mark Hamill. December 2009, he successfully defended the light heavyweight belt 11 times. He's not even in the same class. It's the latest occurrence happening following a unanimous decision win over Dominic Reyes. February 2020, he vacated the belt August 2020. He vacated it? Vacated. Anyways, I think Derrick Lewis and a Francis Ngannou fight right now would be an awesome fucking fight. Derrick, the Black Beast Lewis, Derrick Lewis is big and strong. He's actually fatter by like 36 pounds. So I would think that Francis Ngannou, just, side-by-side comparison, it would seem like Francis Ngannou would kick the shit out of Derrick Lewis because, side-by-side comparison, Francis Ngannou is ripped. He's Jesus ripped. Got that washboard Jesus Christ stomach, and there seems to be zero fat at all. But when it comes to Derrick Lewis, like I said, he's strong, but fat's strong, and he's bigger by 36 pounds, which could give him the advantage. Francis Ngannou is 249 pounds. Derrick Lewis is 285 pounds. John Jones, 205. Miocic Stipe, the guy who got knocked the fuck out, was 240 pounds. So he's moving on up, only 9 pounds. Ngannou's only got 9 pounds on Stipe. And then Derrick Lewis, he's got a, whopping 36 pounds on Ngannou. Now, Derrick Lewis says that he's quit eating Popeye's chicken. He said he was actually more excited about the Popeye's contract than the UFC contract. And he says he hates Ngannou because, just making a joke because he's got hair and he makes him look fat by comparison. But then they said, are you, serious, and he's like, yeah, you know, I go to a dark place. I hate my opponents. That's how I fight. I have to hate them. So Ngannou is statuesque, Jesus Christ, washboard stomach, huge chest like the Rock. So Ngannou looks like how a champion is supposed to look, whereas Derrick Lewis, he weighed in at 285 pounds, and that's why he quit eating Popeyes. The corporation didn't reach out to him to try to keep him eating there. It's actually free Popeyes, fucking shit, right? KFC, make your own fucking chicken, Jesus Christ. Corporation didn't reach out to him to try to keep him eating there. Is that too much? You know, 285. What's the rules on weight classes? I heard there's like a super weight class, like over 265 is like a super heavyweight. Apparently, there's, let's see, Speak MMA, there's 12 weight classes. Men's heavyweight is 205 to 265, which means that he's got to drop 20 pounds, right? So I guess that's why he's not eating Popeyes no more, right? That's Popeyes has added some rules in UFC. Apparently, it used to be no rules, but now no grabbing of the face, no holding opponent's shorts or gloves, no headbutting, no biting, no spitting at the opponent. So, yeah, this is, I'm excited because the next month or two, we're going to get a title fight between Francis and Ngannou. Let him be the reigning champ for another month or two, right? He just became the fucking champ. Let him enjoy the spotlight until, you know, once, if he loses, then he's not the champ no more. So, I can understand. He wanted, you know, John Bones Jones, and it doesn't look like he's going to get that. So, Derrick Lewis says, really, it's Francis Ngannou who's dragging his feet at this point. So Derrick Lewis, let's see, he'd fight anybody, it doesn't matter. He'll get into that dark zone, that dark mentality. It doesn't matter, he'd fight anybody. He really wants to fight Lauren Murphy, which is a woman. So Derrick Lewis really wants to fight some woman. She's been talking a bunch of shit in the gym and says that she's been getting screwed in, you know, terms of not getting a title fight. Apparently she's another fighter, the female fighter in the UFC, and they're friends with, you know, her. It's a joke, right? He'd fight anybody, it doesn't matter. But there is the one person he would love to fight, he said, is Lauren Murphy, which is, I think it's a joke. And there you go. So the title fight between Derrick Lewis, Francis Ngannou is going to happen. This is exciting news. John Bones Jones, I think that would have been a good fight. That's the fight that Francis Ngannou wanted, so I feel like Dana White should have tried to get that shit. There was somebody that had mentioned, show me the money, and then they shouted real loud, well, that means John Bones Jones don't want to fight. And that's like, you're the fucking CEO, motherfucker. You're sitting there going to try to, why don't you fucking fight? Yeah, Dana White, why don't you get up in the fucking ring? You know, I bet you that'd be a fucking badass. That'd be a pay-per-view. I bet everybody will tune into that. That motherfucker thinks he's such a fucking badass. Let's see John Bones Jones and Dana White go at it. That is a title fight I'd like to see. So Francis Ngannou, Derrick Lewis, fantastic. Fantastic. And it's a good thing Derrick Lewis did not punch out that, you know, carjacker here in Costilla County. Costilla County would have told that, you know, Derrick Lewis, carjacking, that's not a crime. That's not really a crime around here. And then, you know, allowed the motherfucker to, I guess, carry on. He's got a screwdriver. He's breaking into my SUV. No, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Like Leslie Nielsen in the Naked Gun. So it's a good thing Derrick Lewis didn't, you know, punch out that carjacker here because, hell, he might have got arrested, you know, Anyways. Francis Ngannou, Derrick Lewis, it's the most likely heavyweight title fight coming up this summer, and I'm excited about it. I hope it happens. It looks like it's inevitable, so, hell yeah. And my money would be on Ngannou, but Derrick Lewis is surprisingly, I don't know, he actually looks like he's more dominant. I used to think Ngannou, that wouldn't even been a fight before. I was like, that wouldn't even been a fight. Ngannou and Derrick Lewis, Ngannou wins easily. Now I'm like, okay, shit, Derrick Lewis is bigger, stronger, he's more hungry, and now Ngannou's the champ, so Derrick Lewis has, you know, something to prove. It'll be a badass fight. It'll be a good fight. Francis Ngannou, Derrick Lewis. Let's see it happen. Come on. Let's see some fight happen, motherfuckers. Jesus Christ. UFC, there's more politics in UFC than there is in goddamn Congress.